Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo.
Good morning. It is December 2nd of Vlogmas 2022 and I'm just about to eat breakfast. We are still in London. I have made myself a cup of tea and I picked up some different teas. I have some bedtime tea, some biscuit tea, and some toast and jam tea, all from the Yorkshire blends. I've also got some Marks & Spencer Earl Grey as well as Marks & Spencer decaf. I've been stocking up on tea while I have been in the London area. And today I'm going to have this cute little crumpet with a little bit of butter on it. So I'm just going to have a little bit of breakfast, some tea, and then today we are going to plans are right now to go to Kensington Palace. We tried that the other day, but unfortunately it was closed. We went on a Tuesday and Kensington Palace is only open from Wednesday through Sunday. So Mondays, Tuesdays currently closed. Same with Hampton Court Palace, although the Tower of London, I believe, is open every day. I do have some footage from the Tower the other day and some other footage from out and about the London area. But because they're in November, I'll try and figure out how to work them into December as we go along. So I'm going to eat my breakfast, drink my tea, and then my mom and I are going to head out for the day. And who knows what we'll get up to. Anyway, cheers to playing things by ear. Here we are back at the station again. We just missed a train, but I think it was one of the slower trains, so that's okay. And today we are going to take the train into Richmond. We are then going to hop on the tube and go up to Kensington Palace, and we're going to get off at Notting Hill Gate Station because I have a little diversion that I am planning to make. Knitting plans for today. I have my Mind the Gap. I wound it up by hand a few days ago, and I have some 2.25 millimeter needles, and I am going to cast on a pair of very special Mind the Gap underground socks while I am going through the rails today. So I guess technically I should wait until we're on the underground to do the cast on, but no, I'm going to do it on the regular brick rail system because it's a little bit more knitting, so why not? Train will be coming soon, and then I will be doing a cast on. I didn't share my project bag with you. I am using my special London bag. This was made by Chris, and I love this bag, so of course it had to come with me. And inside, lots of teapots, so all the London wonderful places to visit, and lots of tea. The most wonderful part about coming to England is, well, I don't know if it's the most wonderful part, but a wonderful part is coming to England and having tea. We've got about 20 minutes until our train comes. It looks like it was pushed back 2 minutes, and I want to show you how I start my knitting as I wander all over the place with self-striping yarn. And what I do when I'm doing socks is I find the color join. So I'm going to have the turquoise and the orange. I'll put my slip knot here, And then what will happen is the top of my sock will be this gorgeous turquoise, just one round of it, and then the orange striping will start. And it's a great little trick for trying to get perfectly matched socks when you have a full ball of yarn. It does mean that you sometimes have to have some waste. So I'm going to, while we're sitting on the platform with our, oh, the train has gone back to 11:53. I've got about 15 minutes, so I'm going to count my stitches, get them cast on, so then I can sit on the train and do some ribbing. There went the train through fast. I just want to share with you, so I've got my cast on stitches. I'm going to split these into where they need to be, and I'll just sort of not count properly now, but I do something called alligator teeth. And what I do is when I'm doing magic loop with socks, I count out. I'm doing a 64 stitch, so normally there would be 32 and 32. I'll have to go back and count, but I push all of my yarns, and you can see I have the blue, the turquoise on the top, and then the orange on the bottom, because I showed you where I started my yarns. And when I get them on here, what I do is I turn so that my cast on edge are like little alligator teeth, and like that. Obviously I have to go back and count, but I make sure they're all in the center like that, so that when I join for the round, I don't twist my stitches. Just a fun little hint for you. Alligator teeth. Now that I have counted out properly, I am ready to join in the round. Get my orange thread, and alligator teeth are where they need to be. Pull out that bottom one, and let's start knitting. I think I'm going to do a 2x2 rib. First round, always the most challenging.
This is Earl's Court. The next train will arrive in 4 minutes. It will be a Circle Line service calling at all stations to...
We are just outside the Churchill Arms, and one of my neighbors, their house is inspired by this pub, and they have plants that they have draped from their house because they are trying to do their recreation of the Churchill Arms. So they said I must come and see what it looks like. I probably should be across the street, but there are lots of plants in the upstairs. I've got to be careful crossing the street. There are lots of plants all along, hanging baskets, and I'm sure at nighttime it is spectacular here. Peek in the pub. It's amazing in here. All of the flags as bunting, signs, things on the ceiling. Kind of reminds me of Honest
Kensington, London.
Yep. So there's lots of Churchill memorabilia here as well. Here we are in Kensington Gardens, and there are children playing, people walking their dogs, people going for strolls, and on the other side of this fence is Kensington Palace. We are going to go in today and have a look around. I'm hoping we'll also pop over to the orangery and have a little treat to eat and drink. Me and my shadow are coming up to the gates of Kensington Palace, and here's the facade of the palace. We're going to go around to the entrance and we'll take a better look in a few moments. What a beautiful Christmas tree just inside the gates. Here is the entrance, but we're going to pop up to the orangery first, have a bite to eat, and then we will come back and take a little tour around the palace. Unfortunately, the orangery is closed, but we have come to the cafe. I have a coronation chicken baguette, and my mother has parsnip soup, and then we also got some tea for a cream tea. So with the scones jam and what I've become absolutely addicted to, clotted cream. So here is our lunch.
This is one of the better soups.
So my mother is liking her parsnip soup. This is your 4th cup of parsnip soup since we've been in Britain.
I guess we had 2 in our apartment, right?
And then you were out one day.
Hampton Court.
Yep, and then I have my lovely sandwich and, of course, a nice cup of tea, soon to be followed by a cream tea. On there. Some lovely clotted cream jam and the cream on my scones. Yum, yum, yum. Now to put some jam on. I was unable to take video inside Kensington Palace, but I have taken a bunch of photographs. We are now going to walk through the Sunken Garden. Remembering Diana, Princess of Wales. Diana, Princess of Wales, lived at Kensington Palace for 15 years and admired the seasonal displays in the Sunken Garden, often stopping to talk to the gardeners. Her sons, the Duke of Cambridge and the Duke of Sussex, commissioned the statue in memory of the princess, unveiling it on July 1st, 2021, which would have been her 60th birthday. A poem chosen to remember their mother is inset in the paving. These are the units to measure the worth of this woman as a woman, regardless of birth. Not what was her station, but had she a heart, how did she play her God-given part. The planting is romantic and stylish, with viewpoints along the cradle walk designed to create a tranquil space to appreciate the garden and remember the princess. So here is the Sunken Garden, and at the end is the statue. People are there looking at it from that end, and my mother just mentioned that there are lights on here, but they do close everything very early, so the garden closes very shortly. We have to make sure we don't get locked in the park. So we'll just walk down this way. I will turn the camera around so that we can chat. I haven't seen you very much the past day or two because I've been behind the camera and chattering away rather than in front of the camera. Anyway, this is really quite lovely. Kensington Palace is behind me. There are beautiful gardens over there, and just on the Serpentine there are swans, lots and lots of swans. I think there's a whole colony of swans, so I'm hoping it'll be light enough that we can walk over there. But right now we're just walking through the Sunken Garden, and it would be amazing in the spring and summer. Right now, lots of falling leaves because it's December 2nd and winter is coming. I think actually in Britain winter is here. North America we start winter on the solstice, the 21st of December, but I do believe here December 1st marks the first day of winter. I've got to turn this around. This looks so pretty. So they have this big opening in the wrought iron, and I don't know if it's wrought iron, but all the seagulls, and there are lots of swans out on the water here. So we will pop over there and see those in a few minutes. But for now, let's continue our walk in the garden. And just down here is the statue. I'm not sure how close you can get. You sort of see it more from behind at this angle, and if you're at the other end you can see it from the front. But they do have the gate closed off, and Diana with children. Not her children, but Diana was known for her love of children, especially children who were ill, and she could maybe bring them a moment of joy. Anyway, here we are at Kensington Palace. We've had a lovely walk through the palace and then ending off the day in the Sunken Garden. It's been a lovely day, actually. It really has. Here is another little view area for the statue. I'm just alongside it, and I'm just imagining how this would be in spring and summer. Right now we still have a few roses right here, little pink roses, and there are purple flowers, some daisies. So for December 2nd we still have a few blooms. They are definitely far and few between, but definitely nice to see at this time of the year. It's hard to believe that it is December because there really are quite a few flowers still out and about. There, I think down there is some lavender just along the walkway, and birds are flying overhead. The moon has come out. Trying to find where it is right now. It's behind the cloud. It's hard to spot on the camera, especially when I'm not wearing my glasses, but the birds are in flight. The sun is starting to set, and another wonderful day in London. Thank you so much for joining me on December 2nd's vlog. I think I'm going to call it a day for now. So it was definitely nice taking you around to Kensington Palace, seeing the Churchill Arms, going for a little bit of a train ride. And I'm not sure what my mom and I will get up to later on today. We may go back and just have supper. We may hang around London. We're not sure. Sometimes fun to sort of fly by the seat of my pants. I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of Vlogmas. And until then, toodaloo. Am I missing home? Oh my gosh, that's just like Dancer. Am I missing home and Prancer and Dancer? Maybe. Especially when I just saw that wiggling tail. But look at this, you've got pink in the feathers. But I look around and it's hard to be homesick when you have this many swans. So 4 over there, another one here, another one here, the 2 that were just waggling, and look at all those swans. And there's swans that have even come up on the land. I think people are feeding them even though they're not supposed to. Says the person who feeds her swans at home popcorn. Anyway, I think this is a nice way to end today's vlog and close out the epilogue with beautiful, beautiful swannies. This park is definitely for the birds. And the Canada geese are here too. Definitely coexisting much better than the ones that we have at home. One of these things is not like the others.
Yeah, maybe they
One of these things is kind of the same. Can you tell me which thing is not like the other? And I'll tell you if it is so. I don't know how that goes. Oh, hello.
He's beautiful, isn't he, with his red beak?
Hello. My goodness, you are a little bit more friendly than the ones that like to hiss at me. I think these white ones are mute swans, and this one definitely is not. This one here is trying to get my knitting. It thinks that wool, fibre, is food. Fibre is not food. And look, I love the little black swan here.
I have to go to the other
Hello.
end. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
And look at how many swans there are a whole colony. Very different from at home where we just have the two that have mated. Anyway, oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I miss my swans. Not quite ready to go home yet, but I am missing them.
In excelsis Deo gloria, in excelsis Deo.
I am finally getting my own personalized stocking. However, do you notice something interesting here? My mother, when she was charting this out, put her E upside down. She's corrected it on here now, but upside down E. Yeah, I think she fixed the other side.
No, I haven't.
You haven't fixed the other side?
The whole thing back.
Oh, she's gonna have to pull the whole thing back. Well, you know what? As a test knitter, that's what I would do.